right, everybody, welcome to Sports Jive. We're getting a third podcast out of the way here with our good buddies Jared and Carlos.
Just great to be back. I really enjoyed this.
And J Papa, appreciate you joining us for the Sports Jive real quick.
All right, no problem. I'm just sure that when the NFL season starts, I will be invited so I can actually talk about the sport.
Right now, we're keeping J Papa on set just for the good looks.
I'll do my best here
to put the ratings up. No, we just wanted to capture
kind of the ladies.
That part went viral, right? No, we just wanted to capture a little quick finals preview with the OKC and now the Indiana Pacers securing the final spot. And we got, actually our good buddy Ali Q actually picked Indiana to win over the Knicks. And myself, Asif, and Ahmad actually all picked New York, and we were all wrong about that. And I think everybody collectively picked OKC correctly. So Carlos, right now we have OKC.
Yeah, I was on. I thought the Knicks were gonna pull it out, from the start of the series. But I think Haliburton showed me something. I think Pascal Siakam proved what he's been doing for the last several years in the league.
Yeah.
And we kind of underestimated Indiana.
I think I've voted against Indiana every part of this playoffs, and they've surprised each round. And especially watching their defense against New York, I was like, man, they're impressive.
Yeah, that's not a sleeper team. That was not a weak team in New York. They had a lot of talent all around, and experience. Brunson is a baller. For them to kind of contain him, it was pretty impressive. Yeah.
So now they're going to get up against the number one team in the all of NBA against OKC. Against the MVP, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Who do you see winning this series, Carlos?
Ooh, well, first of all, it's going to go 7. It's just too close to call. I think the favorite is probably OKC.
OKC is definitely
the best record. Yeah. They have the MVP. But what I saw in the last series from Indiana, how can you vote against them?
So who do you have winning?
Why do I have to pick first?
Carlos, you're the man of the hour right now.
Smart money's on OKC. Money's on OKC. But, I want to see Indiana.
So you're saying OKC in 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that who Vegas has?
Vegas has OKC
heavily favored.
Heavily favored.
Heavily favored. Yeah.
So going to 7 is not expected.
Not expected. So let me tell you, OKC won 68 games, which the record in the NBA is 73. So, and that was just done by Golden State Warriors with Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green in 2016.
But the reason they won 68 games is not because of just their MVP. Their defense was really absolutely.
So they're like a stacked team. They're deep. They have a lot of players that contribute.
Deflecting balls, getting in the way just of every pass.
So they're heavily favored against either Knicks or Indiana.
Yeah.
Indiana's coming in as the 4th seed in the East, and I'm telling you, nobody saw them coming like this. They thought we all voted on Sports Jive against Indiana against Milwaukee.
They feel like the good story of the series, and maybe you want to root for them more.
And so Indiana Pacers' main player is Tyrese Haliburton. He was voted by all the other NBA players as the most overrated player.
Right? And they lit a fire under him.
By the players?
By the players.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's an anonymous poll that they do in the NBA. Whoa. Yeah, I know. Imagine your peers are all calling you the most overrated, So it's an anonymous poll. He was voted most overrated, and he's been balling out. Yeah. He showed up, So.
And it's a style of play that I really enjoy to watch. It just reminds me of Caitlin Clark, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, and especially they're both in Indiana. It's kind of cool to see.
Just the way they see the game, they pass the ball. You wouldn't know anything about passing the ball, would you?
Come on, I led the league in assists.
I think that was me.
Actually, I'm glad we brought that up. Actually, what you're looking at right now in this panel is the 3 of the 5 members of the Magruder basketball team. We actually held a 5-on-5 tournament against our rival middle school, Casimir, in our senior year of high school.
So we all went to the same high school, but there was the subdivision of middle school.
Yeah, so within our high school, there was 2 main middle schools that would come there. It was Casimir and Magruder. So you were on one side of the other.
It was never really it was a bloodbath.
It was a bloodbath. We took care of those guys every time.
We destroyed them. So we won the series of best of 7, 4-1. And the one game we lost is because we played, they insisted on forcing us to have a game, and we didn't have enough people that day.
It was only you. It was you and whoever the give you.
Yeah, our team wasn't.
I don't think I was there for
Yeah.
that.
No, yeah. Me and girls weren't there.
Exactly, and then so they were like, "Oh, you guys are gonna forfeit.
You
if you don't
forfeit
play."
or you play. That was what it was. Yeah.
Exactly. It was a forfeit. You play. And we played. We ended up losing, but but it was so much fun because we did alternating sites. We would play on Magruder, and then we would play on Casimir. Man, by the way, you know all the middle schools have gymnasiums now.
I didn't know.
They all have
No, that's
indoor
fantastic.
gyms.
That's great.
We took down the likes of Grant Kai, Albert Kim, Henry
Grant
Ong.
Kai, I thought he was.
David Kuroki.
Yeah, Grant.
Do you remember all of these names?
I remember all these names.
Albert Kim.
We're calling you out, Grant Kai.
Hey, Jared, there's a famous play from the Casimir Magruder series.
I can't believe you remember that and bringing it up.
There's going to be a documentary coming out soon about this. Albert Kim gave you a shove in the back.
He sure did. It was a moving screen, which I will contest to this day.
And then J Papa, you stormed off the court.
I got so mad because I was about to throw blows with this guy.
Yeah. So I actually ran into Albert Kim in Korea last month.
That's
he lives in
crazy.
Korea.
I had no.
What?
Was it for his wedding? That they
No.
went to? Okay.
Yeah, so Albert Kim and David. Do you remember David Key?
I remember the name, yeah.
Yeah. Both of them live in Korea. They moved out there in 2010.
Whoa.
Like right after they graduated college.
Yeah.
And they moved to Korea and they live there. They have wives, kids, everything.
Fascinating.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
I was in Korea last month and we just connected.
They're both Korean?
They're both Korean,
Okay.
yeah. So we went for one of my wife's friends' weddings in
Okay.
Korea. And I was like, hey, they're in Korea. I haven't seen them. Albert came to California maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Saw him for first time after a while. And then we had dinner together. We were just talking about the old Casimir Magruder series. So Jared just wanted to, bring it on record, that forum shiver that Albert gave you.
But let's bring it back to the OKC. Who you got?
Back to OKC. I have OKC winning it.
It's the right choice. As
Yeah.
much as I like the way Indiana was playing,
Yeah.
it's the right choice. Defensively, they're just all over the place and they disrupt every offense.
And let me tell you, the thing is, I was so impressed by Indiana.
Yeah.
They played so great against New York. And let me tell you, this is something I saw that somebody pointed out. They play full court defense the whole game, right? And that's just been so disruptive to New York.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if they can play this type of defense against OKC, they have a shot.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying, I in my heart, I'm saying OKC wins in 5-6 games.
Yeah.
Right? But everybody's been voting against Indiana, and they've been proving them wrong at every level. And the thing is, Indiana's going to come in with no pressure on them. Everybody's already saying OKC. That's a good place to be.
Going into the playoffs, was it 4-1 over Minnesota?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had a cakewalk. The only challenge was from Denver.
Oh, Denver,
But even
Denver went to 7.
yeah, but even then, you could see how disruptive they were to an offense, a fantastic offense like Denver's.
Yep.
They were just so disruptive, and as fantastic as Tyrese Haliburton is and his offense is, they have no chance. They're not ready for what's coming.
Let me tell you, the other panelist members submitted their votes. We have Mr. Asif saying OKC in 6 games, and Ali's going to go with Indiana.
Okay, I'm gonna change mine to OKC in 6 games as well.
You're changing to OKC in 6?
Yeah, just talking about it. I was voting with my heart.
You were saying OKC in 7?
Yes,
right.
I was voting with I want to see a good series, but.
Man, I'm telling you, Indiana's going to surprise you.
Jared, what are you thinking about from what you've seen?
So this Haliburton, is he from Iowa? Do you know? Or his college?
I'm not sure. Why does that name sound familiar?
No, well, someone on the Pacers was talking about Brock Purdy, who, the starting quarterback for the 49ers, that they were like friends in college, or at least knew, like, on speaking terms.
Yeah, I can't say where he's from, but I can tell you he balls. So he was actually on the Olympic team.
Oh.
Yeah, but he didn't have a prominent role, along with Jason Tatum.
Iowa.
Okay.
Iowa State.
But
there's that guy.
But Jason Tatum had a less positive attitude. Tyrese Haliburton she's like, I'm just here for to support the team. Whatever. This and that. He was very positive. He ended up posting something about holding up the trophy, saying when you join the group project, but you don't do any work. When you get A in the class project, but you don't do any work. Yeah. So that was
Awesome. So, I think we got the votes in. I think right now we're... Oh, wait, Jared, who did you say? OKC or Indiana?
Well, let me pull for Indiana then.
Oh,
okay.
let's go.
All right. Indiana in how many games?
they're going to take it the distance.
7
right.
games.
Yeah.
That's a strong prediction, Joe.
All right,
That's a strong
perfect. Well, you heard it from Sports Jive, our finals predictions, and we'll go from there. Thank you, everybody, for checking in.